I've been playing darts for around 2 years now, and this week I realised I'm hitting more 180s than I've ever hit before, and that prompted me to ask the question, what's the value that I can provide to you with this in mind? And there was a couple of things that sprang to mind. The first thing is that it's an opportunity to talk about 180s, like how long it took me to hit my first 180, how many I hit last year, and give you a rough idea about what you can expect on your journey. The second thing was a bit more of an uncomfortable conclusion. Now I'm going to talk in this video about what that is, I'm going to talk about why it's uncomfortable, and I'm also going to talk about why it's not the end of the world and could potentially be a bit of a positive. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. So 180s. I know when I first started playing darts, I was obsessed with hitting my first 180. I was intent on hitting it and I was putting a lot of hours in at the beginning. I was a little bit obsessed, and before I hit my first one, I had several near misses, probably about 10 near misses, where I was hitting 140s with the third dart on the wire, and I was so close. There was actually a few times where I thought I had it, and then when I walked up to the board and inspected the board a bit more closely, I realised I was on the wrong side of the wire, and yeah, needless to say, I was really keen to hit that first 180. Now, it took me around 2 months to hit my first one, just for a bit of context for you, and that was in the year 2024. So I started playing in 24 around January time, and it was around March in 2024, early March, that I hit my first one. It took me around another 2 months after that to hit another one. Needless to say, both times I was ecstatic. I was very happy. And unfortunately, that was it for me in 2024. I was a little bit distracted in the second half of the year. I had some stuff going on in life and I wasn't quite as intense with my darts in the second half of 24. I put a lot of time in early in the year. So my game probably fell off a little bit the back end of the year. Now, heading into 2025, my second full year of playing darts, that was when things changed, because I went from hitting 2 in 2024 to hitting upwards of 25 in 2025. Now, you might ask, well, how do you know that? It seems a bit weird that you'd be counting up to 25. And yes, I was counting everyone. Just like a bit of a mental tally, but I was like, oh yeah, that's number 4. I've hit 4 180s now. And it was just like when you don't hit many 180s, it's easy to remember how many you're on. But it was around that 25 mark that I kind of stopped counting. And I got to that point later in 2025. I think later in 2025, I started to have some instances where I'd hit like a couple a day and stuff like that. They were very inconsistent though, and I would still notice that I would hit them daily for about a week or two, and then suddenly I'd just go on droughts of like a few weeks where I wouldn't hit any. So that's something to bear in mind if you're still fairly early in your journey. Don't expect to just start hitting them and then suddenly you're just going to keep hitting them. You're still going to have like barren spells, at least in my experience anyway. You're still going to have spells where you can't hit one for a long time or a few weeks. And even though you're playing well, the 180s just don't come. It's a strange game. I can't explain why that is. It just is what it is. So around the back end of 2025, I stopped counting them. Now, fast forward to today, March 2026 is when I'm recording this. And I'm now at a point where I'm hitting generally multiple 180s in a day. It's not always loads, sometimes it's just like 1 or 2. I had a personal best day last week where I hit 4 180s, which I was delighted with. I hit 1 in practice during the day, I hit 1 against the dart spot during the day, I went to a tournament in the evening, I hit 1 when I was warming up for the tournament, and then I hit another in a match in the tournament. I actually threw a 13 dart leg, which I was very happy with. So the 180s have definitely started to come a bit thicker and a bit faster now, and I'm quite happy because obviously we all want to hit 180s. Now it's at this stage that I kind of started to wonder what the takeaway is for you watching this video, because I thought I would like to make this into a video. I would like to provide the viewers of this channel something that's going to help them hit more 180s, something that's going to help them become better and at the scoring or whatever it may be. I would like to give some sort of lesson from my journey that you can apply to yours. And I'll tell you the conclusion that I came to. Just very quickly before I do that, I just want to say as well, if you've not hit your first 180 yet, I wouldn't stress too much about it. I know you really want to hit one. I really wanted to hit one, so I completely get it. But if you've not hit one, don't stress. It really ultimately doesn't matter. Even if it was to take you a year or something, it just doesn't matter. I know it's a nice achievement to have, but in the grand scheme of things, it's totally meaningless. And like I say, I only hit 2 in my first year. So yeah, anyway, back onto the conclusion, back onto what I took away from this journey. Now, If you've been watching videos that I've done in the past, you might have heard me talk a little bit about this, but I want to really hammer it home because I think this is the most singular truth that I've got from my journey, and it's this. You're not going to get how to hit more 180s from tips, tricks, hacks, game-changing advice, all that kind of BS that you see on YouTube, TikTok, wherever it may be. There's no shortcut for long-term consistency, structured training, structured practice, long-term application. Have I said that already? Potentially. I apologize if so. You're going to get better yourself in the long term. And these like stupid tips or hacks, whatever, are all over the place are not the thing that made me hit more 180s. And I just wanted to sort of tell you that because I think some people, or a lot of people, need to hear it. Even if you're aware that YouTube advice or TikTok advice or whatever isn't the answer, I think it helps you to hear it. And the reason I think you need to hear it is because we live in a world abundant with information. And it's very easy to go chasing after these like nuggets of information. I need to find the next source of truth. I need to find these tips. I need to find the right hack. And it's very easy to find another one week, apply it to your game or try to apply it to your game, and then have it fail or not work or be tough to implement. And then you can move on to the next one and you can be chasing your own tail for months and months and months on end. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need to be chasing this kind of over-promising BS that's on YouTube. And I'm not saying every channel on YouTube or every video or whatever is bad. I'm just saying there are certain videos out there that certainly over-promise. And some of the thumbnails that I've seen in my time, they drive me mad, where it's like, you know, go from 40 average to 80 average. And I'm just like, you know, don't get me started. But there's going to be some content out there that's well-meaning and good content in a vacuum, but it can be hard to implement. And just merely the act of like following these things and trying to implement them in your game can hurt you, and it can keep setting you back over and over again, when all you really need to do is just consistently, slowly build yourself. And that's why on this channel, I really try to focus on the journey of improvement rather than the sort of the hacks, the tips, all that kind of BS. It just drives me a little bit crazy. And that's my takeaway from this journey. I'm hitting more 180s now, not because of what I've seen on YouTube or TikTok or whatever it may be. I'm hitting more 180s now because of the hours and hours and hours and the consistency that I've put in over the last 2 years. And especially like in the last like probably 9 months or so, I've been putting a lot of time and effort in and really structuring my practice, really trying to push myself to be better. And improvement will manifest itself like that, or results, I should say, will manifest themselves like this. They will kind of, you will feel like you're stuck in a plateau for weeks and months until the day that you're not, until you have a nice little spike of improvement and you see some real results. And I would just encourage you to keep going with that. Don't be chasing after the thing that you think is going to like fix your game or any of that stuff. The thing that I've really learned over the last 2 years is that darts improvement is not a lack of information problem. It's a long-term application problem. And I think you just really need to keep going. You really need to be consistent. And I think if you're pushing yourself, if you're structuring your training well, if you're doing the right things and you have the right habits, that is going to far, far, far exceed some tip. Even if it's a good tip about like technical advice or whatever, you know, oh, hold the dart differently or move your elbow or whatever. That might be good advice, but it can be very difficult to implement and it might not even work for you. That's where I think this becomes encouraging, because I think it's liberating to not have to rely on somebody else's strict form or technique or whatever it may be to become a better player. You have the power in your hands. And if you've stagnated for like a long, long time, I think it's more likely that you're just not pushing yourself or you're not structuring your training very well, more than you just need the right hack that's going to make you a better player. And also as well, I think it would be pretty discouraging if someone could just learn some hack that would just make them amazing in like a few weeks. I think darts should be a game where you have to like put the long-term practice in. And that is like just the final point. The people that you see on TV playing in like the major championships, the best players in the world, the people that you see in like local tournaments who are the top players, they're not better because they know something that you don't. They're not better because they found the right hack. They're better because how they've trained, the hours that they've put in, the intensity over like a long period of time, the consistency, that's why they're better. And it takes time. It's a fine motor skill. You can't just like learn it overnight. So I would just encourage you to stay the course with this in mind and not just keep chasing after whatever you're going to find on YouTube or TikTok, especially the over-promising thumbnails. They just drive me a little bit insane. So that's my takeaway for this video. Improvement isn't some wild goose chase about finding the right advice. It's about long-term application and consistency, and that's within your hands, which I think is a liberating thing and should encourage you if you're playing yourself and you're early in your journey, or you're wondering why you're not getting better. You can get better. You will get better. Just keep going. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. There's a subscribe button somewhere. If you could hit that, it's very helpful. Thank you very much. And if you've got any video ideas that you'd like me to cover, do let me know. I'd love to hear it. Thanks again. Have a fantastic day, week, whatever, and I will catch you for the next one. Bye-bye.